Hi friends, happy Tuesday. Today we are going to start our argumentative writing unit. So we are just gonna get to getting. So on our course page, here is our announcement section. So this is what you are going to do today. For step one, you are going to preview your argumentative writing topic to gather background information, which is on slides 3 to 4. It's in your digital writing notebook, which is in Google Classroom. Step 2, you're going to closely read and annotate the assigned texts, which correlate with your argumentative writing topic, which is on slide 4. Step 3 is your student practice, so you will complete a graphic organizer to record textual evidence to support the claims of both texts, which is on slide 5. And step 4 is summarizing, so you will review your graphic organizer for accuracy, which is slide 5. This essay is going to be due on Friday, February 26th, and it will count as a test grade, which is 50% of your grade. If you don't keep up with us in class, you can, of course, work on it at home. I definitely encourage that because it's 50% of your grade. It's kind of a big deal, okay? So if you finish your assignment today and you have some extra time, remember that all of your missing assignments are in the announcement section, so just scroll over, find your name, and go ahead and complete your missing assignments and let me know when you are done so I can update your grade, okay? So for today in your Google Classroom, you are going to have 3 attachments. The first one is your argumentative writing digital notebook, which is right here. The second one is an attachment for your final draft, which is not due until Friday, February, oops, that should be 26th, sorry. And it's a Google document. And then the third one is the video that I'm recording right now. I'll pop it in here so it's all in one place for you, okay? So if you open up your first attachment and take a look at your argumentative writing digital notebook, you're going to put your little name here. And the second page, oh, look how cute. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that you can kind of guess what our topic is going to be about. Our second slide is your table of contents. So we have previewing argumentative topic, which is what we're doing today. Remember, we're doing slides 3, 4, and 5. Slide 4 is argumentative writing task. And slide 5 is reading to gather information. Okay, so on slide 3, remember, this is what you're going to do for your activating strategy. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is a little too close here. Okay, so it says, before we read our articles and write our essay, let's discuss the debatable topics. Debatable topics are topics or ideas and concerns which present 2 sides that can be argued, which is what we've been practicing, right, with our slip or trip or what happened to Winston Peacock. You will learn about the advantages or the pros and disadvantages or cons of a topic. Remember, argumentative writing is writing that addresses both sides of a claim, so claim and counterclaim. Listed below is a topic that has been debated over the years. View the videos and articles in order to gain more knowledge about the argumentative topic. So our topic that we are writing about is pets in the classroom. It says, do you wish that you could take your pet to school with you? What if your school allowed pets in the classroom? Would you want to hold on to that fluffy little creature all day? Or would you be disgusted with keeping an animal in the same room with you for an entire school day? Hamsters, rats, snakes, ooh, fish, oh my. Do you think that schools should allow pets in the classroom or not? What do you think? So for your activating strategy, I want you to get some background information and watch these videos here to kind of get an understanding of the benefits, maybe some cons of pets in the classroom, okay? Then for our mini lesson, we are going to take a look at slide 4. So these are all of your learning targets that we are going to accomplish within our argumentative writing unit. Here's a little video for you to watch to introduce argumentative essays if you would like to watch it. I'm going to zoom in and go over this slide really quickly. So it says, for this assessment, you will read about the ongoing debate of pets in the classroom. Then you will write an argumentative essay in your own words supporting either side of the debate in which you argue for or against pets in the classroom. your writing task. So this is your writing prompt right here. There is an ongoing debate over whether pets should be allowed in the classroom or not. What is the evidence that supports each side? Think about the ideas in the two passages, then write an argumentative essay in your own words supporting either side of this debate. Be sure to use information from both passages as you write your argumentative essay. So without even reading the article, some of you might be like, yeah, we should have pets in the classroom, or ew, gross, no, we don't want pets in the classroom. But remember, argumentative writing is not about your opinion. It's about which article has the most substantial evidence to support their claim, okay? So before you begin planning and writing, you will read two passages. As you read the passages, think about what details from the passages you might use in your argumentative essay. Remember, your essay will state your claim while using evidence from the articles to support your claim. So remember, your claim goes in your introduction paragraph, and the evidence to support your claim is going to be in your body paragraphs. It will also include a counterclaim while using evidence from the articles to support your claim, and as well as a rebuttal to bring your reader back to your original claim. So counterclaim and rebuttal are going in your conclusion. Here are your two articles, and I already have them pulled up for you. So the first one is called Benefits of Having a Class Pet. For your student practice, you are going to have to, of course, read and annotate these and then complete a chart. So you want to make sure that you look at your text features. So take a look at your title. It tells us, obviously, that the author of this article is for having pets in the classroom. Okay, we have background information here. And then our subheadings are very helpful. So it's saying that having pets in a classroom can stimulate learning. It can teach responsibility. It can help the emotional and mental growth of students. It can enrich classroom experiences. Okay, so make sure you read through that and annotate it because you are going to have to find evidence today. And your second article is called What's the Problem with Classroom Pets? It's by PETA. So we know they're against having pets in the classroom. So we have background information here. And our subheadings, a classroom is an unhappy home for animals. Classroom pets are often left alone or left behind. It's a health risk for kids. Animals in the classroom are a risk of abuse. Okay, so make sure, once again, you're reading your articles and you're annotating and you are thinking about evidence that you can use in your essay. All right, so after you read the articles, create a plan for your essay. Before you write, be sure to think about which author included the best ideas, facts, definitions, details, and other information and examples in the text. Think about how you will introduce the topic and what the main idea will be for each paragraph. Develop your ideas clearly and use your own words, except when quoting directly from the passages. Be sure to correctly cite the passages by title or page number when using details or facts directly from the passages. Construct this essay in a formal manner. This means that you will use third person. Do not use first person or include your opinion. And then lastly, here is your rubric for you to go over so you are aware of your expectations. We will go over that tomorrow in class just to make sure that this video is short and sweet. And then for your student practice, you are going to complete slide 5. Okay, so reading to gather information, it says, now that we have read our articles, we must remember that readers analyze the way an author supports his or her claim in an argumentative text. Readers do this by tracking evidence an author includes about a topic and then ask themselves, what is the most likely reason the author included this information? Finally, readers look for additional evidence that is convincing and determine if it is enough to support the claim. Readers do this in order to refer back to specific examples from the text when evaluating if the author supported his or her claim sufficiently. So you can see we have the title of both of our articles here. The one that is titled Benefits of Having a Class Pet, it says, what is the author's claim? That means that you are the title pretty much tells you, right? The author thinks that pets should be allowed in the classroom. Does the author present information on both sides of the argument? So in other words, does this article have a counterclaim? I'll go ahead and save you a little bit of time and tell you that no, they don't present both sides of the argument. So then it says pro or for the argument. List information to support the claim. Here is a very big hint for you. Look at your subheadings and select the strongest piece of evidence that will support your claim to this writing prompt. If I were you, I would go back to the article and I would find textual evidence in each of my subheadings, maybe even in my background information, that supports this author's claim that pets should be allowed in the classroom. So I would copy that textual evidence and I would paste it here in this box. If you remember back to your informational writing that we did on zombies in nature, remember that slide 3 was that slide with the textual evidence and your explanation, and it was like pretty much the backbone of writing your essay. Slide 5 with your argumentative writing is going to be the exact same thing. So you want to make sure that you get the best textual evidence possible. And then to save you time, I already told you that the author of this article does not discuss the opposing side, so I just put a big X in there so you don't have to fill that out. Then in your second column, it says, what's the problem with classroom pets? So remember, this is the article that is against having pets in the classroom. Once again, you're going to tell me what the author's claim is. Does the author present information on both sides of the argument? They absolutely do. And you need to make sure that you are able to find that, which I'll tell you, it's in the beginning of your article. You're going to do the same thing. Tell me about the pro or for the argument. So list information to support the claim. So tell me what information they are providing you that supports the claim that pets should not be allowed in the classroom. Once again, look at your subheadings and select the strongest piece of evidence that will support your claim to this writing prompt. So you had a classroom is an unhappy home for animals. Classroom pets are often left alone or left behind. And then it's a health risk for kids. Animals in the classroom are at risk of abuse. So find strong evidence in each of those sections and put it in this box. And then con or against the argument. List information that goes against the claim. So the counterclaim, which once again is in the beginning of the article. So you can find your evidence there and then put it in this box here. And that's going to help you when we get to the conclusion paragraph, which includes the counterclaim. Okay? That is all you're doing for the day. Please make sure that you complete this assignment today. Tomorrow, we're moving on to our introduction paragraph. If you don't read and don't complete this assignment, you're going to be behind and we're not slowing down for you. Okay? So please make sure you get this done. All right. And if you have any questions, you know that you can always email me. Okay. And I will see you all tomorrow.